Welcome to Discovery. Roll the intro, please. Welcome to another episode of Discovery. It's a short episode this week since I have to do the best metal albums of the month. So this week we saw some good releases. The main event for this Discovery is Ripped to Shreds and the new album Sanshi. So stay tuned for that. We have some black metal this Discovery. Honestly, this week didn't really impress me. There's been too many good releases this month. So it was hard to find really good albums this week. But I found a few, and as always, I'm not going to hesitate to give you my fucking honest opinion on them. First up on Discovery is the Polish black metal band Arkona with their new album Stella, Pandora. If you're looking for hard-hitting, furious black metal, you've come to the right place. The guitar work is exceptional, featuring beautiful dark melodies that resonate throughout the album. The Polish have a knack for crafting compelling black metal, and Stella Pandora stands out as one of the year's noteworthy releases for some. I'm particularly impressed with the vocals on this album. They are harsh and aggressive, adding a fierce intensity to the overall sound. Production is surprisingly clean for a black metal album, but I find it works well here, enhancing the listening experience without sacrificing the genre's rawness. The album is laid with an atmospheric quality woven with ominous melodies that keep you engaged from start to finish. The opener, Pandora, effectively opens Pandora's box, unleashing a wave of extreme metal that hits you like a freight train. It starts slowly, building tension before the manic fucking vocals take over. Adorior is another standout track, showcasing a terrific balance of melody and aggression. Necropolis features impressive tremolo picking and blast beats, accompanied by infectious songwriting that compels you to bang your head along with the rhythm. Bang your head, son. Aurora, which concludes the album, is absolutely fantastic and epic and majestic in tone. The Sims create an immersive atmosphere, complemented by some synthetic choirs that, while low in the mix, add depth to the sound. There are also some technical moments, especially in Adorior, where progressive elements are introduced, catching me off guard in a good way. Overall, Stella Pandora is a solid black metal album. While I wouldn't say it's the best in the genre this year, it certainly has its merits. The experimentation in certain parts is commendable. At times it works beautifully, while other moments feel less cohesive. I would rate this album around 70%. It's a good listen for black metal fans, but it leaves room for further refinement in the future. The US band The Black Dahlia Murder released their new album Servitude on September 27th through Metal Blade Records. Take a listen. After the passing of Trevor Strnad, who 2 years ago died, I didn't expect the Black Dahlia Murder to release a new album as soon after his death. But here we are. Servitude is a furious showcase of melodic death metal. Brian Eschbach, who once played guitar for the band, takes over vocal duties on this album. Must say his growls and high screams are impressive. However, I feel the songwriting is somewhat lacking. While it's a solid album, it gives off a sense of being rushed. Clocking in at under 35 minutes, Servitude features frantic guitar work and thunderous dynamic percussion, along with some really nice melodic solos, especially in Panic Hysteria. The riffs are meaty and chunky, adding to the overall intensity of the album. That said, I don't think Servitude quite matches the excellence of Verminous, but it's still a commendable effort for the Black Dahlia Murder as they navigate this new chapter. This album is undeniably heavy, filled with compelling melodic hooks that will appeal to fans of the genre. Some standout tracks for me include Evening Ephemeral, Panic Hysteria, and The Curse Creator, which features an outstanding fucking riff. Transcosmic Effect is a banger, and the self-titled track is also quite good. Overall, it's an album I would listen to repeatedly. However, I doubt it will make it into my end of year list, as there have been other stronger melodic death metal albums released this year. I'm going to give Servitude a score of 60%. While it's enjoyable, I feel the songwriting is a bit scattered here and there, and nothing really fucking blew me away. Therefore, I think a score of 60% is fair. Are you ready for a hellish ride in the world of Bewitcher? Fear no more, as they have just released their new album Spell Shock on September 27th through Century Media Records. The album features some fast, black and speed fucking metal that will get your adrenaline pumping. Seriously, it's a fantastic workout album. You'll be building those muscles in no time. Overall, it's a very good album that reminds me of bands like Midnight, incorporating elements of black and thrash and black and roll with plenty of infectious grooves. Spellshock doesn't let up until the final track, and even that one maintains a fast pace. It's like the black metal version of Motorhead, packed with fun and so much energy that you can't help but bang your head along. The production is excellent. It sounds modern while retaining a raw and organic feel. Absolutely love the tone of the snare. It's fantastic. The album features infectious guitar licks and great melodic solos and enhance the overall experience. I thoroughly enjoyed this one. It's such a fun album. The vocals are brilliant throughout. We Die in Dust is the only song that slows things down a bit, but it picks up towards the end. The drumming is fantastic, maintaining those galloping fucking rhythms, contributing to the album's brilliance. The songwriting is simplistic and straightforward, but sometimes that's all you fucking need. It's loud and fun. Spellshock is probably my favorite track on the album. The chance throughout give it a real 80s punk vibe. Out Against the Law is a blast with its, catchy guitar licks and vocals, while Starfire Maelstrom serves as a great opener. Pagan Shadows provides an atmospheric interlude that calms things down before the pace picks up again with Ride Off with an Iron Fist, delivering pure black and speed metal goodness. I'm scoring this album sold to 75%. It's an album I listened from start to finish, and I loved every fucking minute of it. There's not much more I could say. It would definitely make it onto my end of month list. Those solos are incredibly enjoyable. Who says black metal can't be fun? Well, this was a pretty chaotic album. Adorior, the British black metal band, has released their new album Bleed on My Teeth on September 27th through Dark Descent Records. Take a listen. I'm not entirely sure how to describe it, but it's so chaotic that I find myself enjoying what I hear. One standout aspect of this album is the unique fucking vocals. It takes me back to the 80s with its black and thrash sound, yet it feels progressive and technical, constantly keeping you on your toes. The guitar work is frenetic and the drums hit you like a sledgehammer, smashing your skull as if your brain is about to fall out. That's how intense the drumming is. Initially, I found myself wondering, what am I listening to? However, my love for old metal, from heavy metal to black and thrash metal, made the experience nostalgic. It reminded me of the bands from, the 80s and 90s, such as Slayer, Merciful Fate, and even Bathory. Even though even the bands I mentioned doesn't sound like what Adorior sounds like. I think it's a production that evokes that era. This album doesn't sound like it was released just last week. Jaded Lung's vocals are truly unique, blending clean singing with grunts and high-pitched growls. It's hard to explain. Imagine an 8-year-old throwing a tantrum, possessed by a demon. That's what the vocals sound like. Overall, Bleed on My Teeth is a solid album that encompasses elements of thrash, black metal, death metal, and everything in fucking between. The album cover is fantastic as well. Very demonic and evil. This is their third studio album, and it's been a long wait since the previous release back in 2005. The opening track, Big Grime Judas, is a wild way to kick off the album with its frenetic guitars. Ophidian Strike is a equally chaotic, while Vomit Bastard leans more into a black and thrash with its guitar squeals. Moment of Mania is an absolutely insane song. Every song on this album is chaotic, and I love it. As for a score, I'm still contemplating. My initial reaction was, what am I listening to? The second listen, it had me thinking, this is chaotic, and I'm liking it. By the third listen, I was convinced, this is so good. My score may change, but for now, I'm leaning toward a solid 75%. Our main event for this discovery is the San Jose band ripped to shreds and the new album Sanshi, released on September 27th through Relapse Records. Take a listen. This album delivers some intense, harsh death metal while also incorporating elements of grindcore. The guitars are blistering and the drumming is thunderous. The vocals, while good, could be improved. However, the overall production is solid and maintains an organic tone. It's a well-produced album for modern death metal, retaining a gritty edge that I appreciate. One issue I found with Sanshi is that while it's a good death metal album, it doesn't quite reach greatness. That said, I love the doomy sections throughout Living in Effigy, and the vocals can be outstanding, particularly when Andrew Lee employs his hi-fi screams. The real standout on this album is the guitar work, which includes impressive tremolo riffing and heavy metal influences. Yes, I said heavy metal influences. For instance, the song Horrendous Corpse Resurrection reminds me of Diamond Head's classic Am I Evil with its groovy riffs. Sanshi is packed with guitar grooves and has a melodic quality at times. While the album does showcase some technical elements, they are subtle. The punishing grooves really take center stage. Corpse Betrothal is another fantastic track. The more I listen to it, the more I appreciate its nuances, although I'm still getting used to the vocal style. At times, Andrew Lee's gutturals are effective, but when he shifts to higher registers, he can sound a bit off to me. However, that's just my opinion. I suspect the album will grow on me with repeated listens. Force Fed is a hard-hitting track with infectious grooves, followed by Feast of the Deceased. Overall, there are some standout songs on this record, yet I have to admit that the album didn't blow me away. It didn't fucking blow me away. While I appreciate it, it feels somewhat familiar and reminiscent of works I've encountered before. I believe their previous album, Jubian, was stronger. As it stands, I'm leaning toward a 70% rating for Sanshi. Will it make it onto my list of favorite albums of the year? Only time will tell, but for now, it sits at only a 70%. So yeah, that's it for Discovery. A very short episode this week. Hope guys did enjoy it. Let me know in the comments below your favorite discoveries and let me know what you discovered as well, and let me know if I'm completely talking shit. It's been fun, and I will see you in the next one.